guys, it's Jen, and I'm back with another collection disconnection video. This is a series on my YouTube channel where I'm showing you how you can take one single collection, the Crate Paper Wonder collection in my case, and create several layouts that look, for lack of a better word, disconnected from each other, that you can get a variety of looks and themes with one kit. So last week I showed you how you could pull a couple of colors from the kit to create a certain feel. So this one is, I pulled blues and yellows, and this week I wanted to pull the pinks and reds from the kit. So I'm actually going to be scrapbooking a photo from my sister's wedding, and it has it kind of has a yellowish cast to it, which actually works well with the creamy colors of the kit. But I wanted to show you how you can use pinks and reds, but also how you can get more of a formal feel. So this feels a little bit playful and lighthearted with some kind of childlike icons that are very sweet, but definitely juvenile. And this week I want to show you how you can pull. This kit actually has a lot of really classy and elegant embellishments as well. This floral paper is really pretty, and I said this before, but it reminds me of Rifle Paper Company, and I think it can definitely work for wedding. There are a few floral die cuts as well, and I pulled out some of the hearts, an ampersand, this love die cut. There are a couple of die cuts from the collection that will work nicely. So these are from the 6x6 paper pad cut apart sheet, and I thought this Be Kind was really cute. It has a little heart on it, which is what I want. The sentiment right here, Be Kind, is something I probably don't really want for this layout, so I'll either tuck it behind the photo or something like that, or I can chop it off, or I can cover it up. So when you're working within a kit, think about sentiments that you could maybe cover up. For example, this Wild at Heart probably isn't going to exactly go with the theme of this page, a wedding page, but again, I can tuck this or I can cover that up with something else. So it will still work nicely and still work for what I want it to, because I'm going to make it work. There's also a lot of gold in this collection, which is a very elegant color, and for me, it definitely, I think about weddings when I think of gold. There's some cute floral icons on the sticker sheet as well, and I know there is on the chipboard sheet, which I didn't get. This Love This Day would be perfect. So there's lots of things on the sticker sheet that could work for this. And I'm also thinking about using these corrugated alphabets. They're called Charm, and they're thickers, and they're gold. So again, pulling the things from the kit that can really work for a more elegant theme today, and using pinks and reds. So let's go ahead and get started. One thing I forgot to point out to you is the papers that I pulled. So I'm going to be using this white cardstock base like I have been for a lot of my layouts. I pulled some papers from the 6x6 paper pad, and I pulled a few larger sheets as well that I might be able to use. I pulled this one primarily because I might want to cut out some of the florals, but there are some floral die cuts, so I might not need to do that. I also wanted to point out this vellum sheet, which is very cute, and it has these little gold triangles on it, but when you flip it over, the printing on the back side is pink. So you could use this either way, and it has a pink background. Let's see if I can show you better on this cardstock. So you can see when it's flipped over, behind the foil is pink. So that's really cool. So you can use that either way. So I'm starting with the products that I know I want to use for sure, and I'm starting on a white piece of cardstock, and I am going to mount my photo on that striped piece of pattern paper from the 6x6 paper pad. I'm also for sure wanting to use those floral die cuts. I'm trying to create a title with that wood veneer love piece because I love it, and I was thinking about Love Sweet Love, and there are die cuts and stickers that have those words on them, but they don't look like they coordinate, or I mean they coordinate, but they don't look like they belong together, like it could be one title. So I'm going to create my own. So I'm using these thickers, the corrugated thickers that are gold, and spelling out the word sweet just on some wax paper. And I really like the way that the tops of those letters line up with the top of the L when I rest them on the wood veneer word. and I'm going to stick a heart at the end of it or something just to make sure that those letters don't look like they're falling off the edge of the word. So I'm mounting my photo to some white cardstock, and then I will mount it to that patterned paper. And I'm creating some nice even photo mats. Oftentimes I'll do a messy mat, but in this instance where it's a more formal photo, I want to keep the matting more formal as well. I'm also going to play around with those flowers and then also put a vellum mat on the photo. And I'm using my ruler to create a torn edge, but I want it to be straight, but it's just giving a little bit of texture, and I really like the way that that looks. And then I am playing around with those floral pieces, trying to see what I want to do. And I'm going to pull out this diamond pattern, which I really like, but it seems a little bit bold. And so what I'm going to do is turn to the 6x6 paper pad and grab the 6x6 sheet of it because the pattern is a lot smaller and it feels more formal when it's smaller and tighter than it does when it's bigger and more open. It feels more geometric. I'm also pulling out this little red piece of paper with little X's on it, and I'm going to use those to create some banners near my photo. So originally I thought I would go ahead and make a little band across the layout for my photo to sit on because I wanted to anchor it somehow. I'm pulling the sticker off the sticker sheet and using my EK Success powder tool to take the sticky off the back because I'm not sure where I want to put it yet. And then I pulled off that sticker that says love this day. I don't know where I want to put it yet, so I put it back on the sticker sheet. I'm going to go ahead and mount my photo to that piece of vellum, and this is where I decide that I want to do banners instead of that band across the center. So I'm also going to cut up that diamond pattern and place that underneath the photo. And looking at my layout now, I realized that I stuck the top piece of the banner in incorrectly when I glued them down. Oh well. So I'm going to place that little floral piece next to the love rather than the heart. I really like the way that it brings the floral down to another area, and it just gives a nice look. So I decided I want the love to be gold as well, and I'm just spraying it with some Heidi Swap Color Shine. And I'm looking at these gold stickers, and it comes with 4 sheets of these things, so I have a lot of them. And I'm cutting the circles in half to make a scallop shape, and I'm going to place 5 of them across the top. And I like the way that that looks. It looks like a kind of like a border sticker, but I just cut those circles in half. So now I'm looking at these and trying to think if I can spell the word love with the shapes that I have, and I am going to make it happen. So I'm just cutting the stickers down a little bit. I cut the triangle into a V, and I cut the diamond shape into an L and another one of them into an E. And then I just use the circle as is. So the circle's a little bit larger, but I don't mind it. And so I'm just making my own letters here out of those stickers. So I think a good way to use kits is to think outside of the box a little bit about how you can use the embellishments. You don't always have to use them for their intended purpose, or, as you might normally think of it. So you can see at the top I placed the diamond pattern a little bit wrong, and I think that's why in a second here you're going to see me struggle to line that up quite a lot. I'm gonna move that piece around so many times and it doesn't look straight to me, and it's because the top part's skinnier than the bottom part, but that's okay. I'm using the edge of my photo to kind of line up the paper to make sure it's correct because I'm using a 6x6 piece. It's not as large, and so I have 2 pieces spanning that space. So now I'm thinking about if I can use that little die cut, and I'm trying to find a sticker that can go over the spot that says Wild at Heart. And I found this word cute, and it fits over the top perfectly. So there's another way that you can alter your embellishments to kind of fit in within the theme that you're going for rather than its intended purpose.
So I'm going to fuss with these layers just a little bit more, again using the side of my cardstock to line up the pieces, and then I'll finally just decide to commit and glue it all down. And now I'm going to place my title, maybe in a minute after I fuss a little bit more. And I kind of want the word sweet to nestle in next to where that diamond banner comes down and then above the love. So I'm just making sure to place things so that it works out that way. And I'm having the letters slightly overlap that die cut piece, just again to make everything feel cohesive and like it belongs together. I really like that felt heart, and I want to layer it with that die cut heart, but it's a little bit too large. So I'm just cutting a little bit off the edges, and I'm going to staple those together. So it looks like one of those pre-made embellishments that you can sometimes buy that are layered. And now I'm playing around with the placement of those flowers, trying to decide where exactly I want things. And I decide that this is where I want them. And I place that little die cut where I covered up the wording with that sticker that says cute. And I'm popping up just some of the corners of those die cuts and stickers so that they have a little bit of dimension to them. I'm looking through the puffy stickers. I thought I would use that floral puffy sticker piece, but I decided to just use a couple of the hearts. I want to bring in a little bit of yellow since there's a little bit in the die cut and the sticker. And then I'm going to include some more staples at the top of the banners. And I'm also using some of the gold adhesive backed sequins. I'm trying to decide if I want to use that that tag, but I decided not to. And now I'm looking to see if I want to use the sticker. There are 3 of them in the photo, so I liked the idea of 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make a little cluster up at the top right. And I put that sticker down, and then I'll go ahead and add another sticker next to it. I'm adding Love This Day just to kind of, I guess, bulk up that embellishment cluster that didn't need anything else really. And then I put a little gold flag above it as well. I wanted to bring a little bit of yellow to the top, so I'm looking for something that's yellow right now to stick up with the 1, 2, 3, and I choose Start Here because this is where her life kind of starts, or this new portion of her life. My sister's, I mean. And I'm going to add a few enamel dots in the red and the pink. And I try to make them work in that top cluster, but it isn't. And so I just end up taking them off of that top cluster. So I just sprinkle them out in next to kind of like the floral clusters. And then what I'm going to do is glue down my Wood Vineyard Love piece. I'm using some Scotch Quick Dry adhesive, which I have in a fine line bottle. Just gluing that down. And you can't really tell in the video, but it has a really nice shimmery shine to it because of that Heidi Swapp gold color shine. And then I drew some lines for me to do my journaling on. And I don't have too much to say, just a little bit. And then to balance the blackness of that, I'm going to use a couple of roller stamps. One's a date, which I'll stamp at the top right, and then I'll stamp Lovely Day up on that red banner piece at the top left. So I am just doing that now. I'm using the Maggie Holmes, I think it's from the Open Book Collection roller stamp for that. And that is going to complete it after I add some gold Heidi Swapp color shine.
So here we have both layouts completed, and you can see the huge difference between the two. This one's got one colorway and this one's got another. This one's a lot more floral and pretty. It's still a little bit fun and whimsical because that's the nature of the kit, but I think it works for a wedding layout, and this one definitely works for a little boy layout. So I hope that that's helpful in showing you how you can take this collection in 2 completely different ways just by changing up the colors and the icons that you use from the kit that you're working with.
Here are some still shots, and as always, I will link to all available products in the video description below, as well as over on my blog, CraftyJenScow.com, where I'll have much more information and links to the places where you can find me online. If you want to see the other videos in this series, check out the Collection Disconnection playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you soon.